today's battle report.
Hello and good morning, guys. We are back once again. We are. You've stolen Tom's army.
I have stolen Tom's army.
Well, technically you painted it,
yeah,
so is it Tom's army or is it yours? Regardless. So we're running Blood Angels versus Drukhari today. I'm bringing the Drukhari again. At some point I will switch to a different army, guys. It's just at the moment the rotation is what it is. So I'm running Drukhari a lot. Although today I'm bringing a slightly different list. I'm bringing bar one unit or all of Witch Cult, so Witch Cult plus Draz. I was going to bring a very different list, guys, and being brutally honest, I just forgot to bring a lot of my army with me. So I forgot my Raider, I forgot my Incubi, many cases, lots of different locations. And yeah, I just was a half-wit and forgot to bring them. So the list isn't what I wanted to bring, it isn't what I told you I was bringing.
No,
but
I didn't build a list to take on you, but you were saying that it was going to be a fairly strong list. I thought I'll build a fairly strong Blood Angels list. I'm running quite a lot of Sanguinian Guards in 1K. I'm so sorry, Toby.
It's all right, mate. It's my own fault. So I was going to bring the Raider, bringing the 10-man blob of Blood Brides, just to start hopefully shredding the Sanguinian Guard, knowing roughly what you were going to bring. But now I'm basically bringing 5 Venoms, splitting the Witches into much smaller squads. I'm giving up, grinding them down quite easily with the amount of small squads that I've got. But we'll see how it goes, guys. This could be an absolute bloodbath, which I'm sure your Space Vampires will
it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Absolutely fine.
So, guys, that's it. Please, like I said, we're pushing towards the 1,000 subs. So please like, subscribe if you think we earn it. That 1,000 sub mark is so close we can taste
really
it.
Close.
We're growing at a nice rate, but we know that a lot of you that watch aren't subscribed. So if you can please just press that button and press the bell button to actually properly subscribe. It'll be much appreciated, guys. Thank you very much for those of you that have. Thank you for your continued support, and we'll be back with you in the lists in just a second.
Okay, so here is my 996 points of Blood Angels. I'm running a Vanguard Detachment today because I'm running a lot of Sanguinian Guard. Starting off, I've got my captain here, so he's armed with a jump pack, a storm shield, and a relic blade. I didn't have enough points for a Thunderhammer, unfortunately. His Warlord trait is the Imperium sword, so that gives him +1 strength and +1 attack on the charge. I've also spent a second CP on Gift of Foresight to give him a free reroll hit, wound, and saving throw each turn. So he's a really useful bit of kit. Moving on into my second HQ, I've got a Librarian Dreadnought. I've paid the extra 5 points to give him Meltagun, just for a little bit of redundancy and anti-tank. And the powers I've got for him are Wings of Sanguinius to jump around the board. I've then also gone for Blood Boil because it's a targetable smite, and I thought actually, especially against all those annoying two-up invulns that the Drukhari have, it could be quite useful. Moving on into troops, I've got 2 squads of intercessors. All of them are stocked with their bolt rifles, apart from the sergeants who have got chain swords, just that little bit of extra attack. Moving on to elite, I've got 1 squad of Sanguinian Guard. So there's 4 of them there with 3 swords and a power fist. And then I've got another squad of 4 Sanguinian Guard with 3 axes and a power fist on as well. And then also, the reason I'm taking a Vanguard Detachment, a Sanguinary Ancient. Not a common choice, but I've tried to buff him up to make him a really sort of useful character. So I spent my free relic on Icon of the Angel, so that gives units within 6 of him reroll charges. So two blobs Sanguinian Guard and a Smash Captain get reroll charges, is quite nice. It also has I've also spent an extra CP on Rites of Battle to give once again units within 6 of him obsec. So that should make my assault force really quite deadly and very, very useful in terms of objective gameplay. Then the last thing on the list is my squad of 3 aggressors. Not aggressors, eradicators, sorry. Just a solid bit of anti-tank, and this list was lacking a serious amount of punch. All right, Drukhari do have paper vehicles, but actually, if I was playing against, say, my guard or something like that, I would be lacking some way of getting rid of those armor targets from range. So yeah, that's the Blood Angels. Onto the Drukhari.
Right then, guys, so this is my 1,000 points on the nose of Drukhari. I am running them as 2 patrol detachments, with Lelith as the Warlord. So she has the Blood Dancer Warlord trait that she is obligated to take. In her patrol, I then have 2 units of bare bones witches. So that's 2 5-man or 5-lady squads with the Hecatrix blades and splinter pistols with their plasma grenades, which I will try my best to remember. We then have in that patrol detachment a squad of 6 Reavers. In here we have 2 Heat Lances and 2 Grav Talons. So the Heat Lancers are the effectively heavy melters with melter always turned on, but being bikes they don't care about being heavy. And the Grav Talons mean when they hit combat on a 4-up, I do a mortal wound. For simplicity's sake, so I don't have to remember it so much, the Grav Talons are on the same bikes as the Heat Lances, just to make them stand out a little bit. We then have the second patrol detachment, which is led by a succubus. I have spent 1 CP for tolerated ambition to give her a warlord trait, which in this case is, you probably guessed it, precision blows. And then there's a slight proxy here in that I'm running her with an agonizer and a archaic glaive rather than the pistol. I just haven't got one with a agonizer modelled up, which means I can then give her the triptech whip, which is really hard to say. Relic is the free relic for the army, which means she's hitting on 2s, wounding on 2s with poison. Any 6s are 2 mortal wounds apiece. So hopefully we can start getting down through some of those nice 2 wound marines. Following her around is Drazar, the big man himself. So he's just going to hopefully go in and deal with anything that the rest of the force is going to struggle with. I'm really sorely lacking damage 2 in this list. So he's going to have to pull his weight, which logic would do and experience would suggest he will, but let's see how that goes. And then filling out the troops requirement in that second patrol is another squad of witches, again bare bones, Hecatrix blades and splinter pistols with their plasma grenades, just keeping them nice and cheap and cheerful. And then across both detachments we have a series of 5 venoms, each with the splinter cannon on the top and the splinter rifles below, and I've actually paid to upgrade them all to have chain snares just to give them the extra combat ability later on in the game. Those extra attacks are quite useful. And I have also given Drazar, the venom that Drazar will be riding around in, the Grizzly trophies for the -2 to leadership to hopefully help his Tormentor's ability go off and just hopefully get some Sanguinius Guard or something a bit scary to fight last. So guys, that's the list. As I said in the opening gambit, it is somewhat edited, just because I've been a half-wit and forgotten to bring a fair chunk of my army with me today. The joy of multiple boxes and multiple armies, guys, apologies. So we'll be back with you in just a moment.
Today's mission is Raid on the Grand Tournament 2021 mission pack. Today's primary objective is Domination. You score 1 point for controlling 2 or more objectives, score another 5 points for 3 or more objectives, and then finally holding more objectives than your opponent. The Blood Angel secondaries are Grind Them Down, Assassinate, and Stranglehold. The Drukhari secondary objectives are Engage in all fronts, Take him alive, and Retrieve Octarius data.
Okay guys, so deployment is done. As far as Drukhari is concerned, I've gone a little bit cagey, just hiding from Eradicators. I'll see, Eradicators, even if I can talk properly, it would help. It's still reasonably early in my mind. But I've got the speed obviously to counter that. I've randomly rolled all the various drugs for my witch cult. So the tokens are on the board, and then tokens and dice are on the guys that are in the venoms. Just dice because I've run out of tokens. So that's my deployment. Otherwise, the characters next to Venoms are the ones that are in there. And these guys down here have just got more Witch Cults in them. Harry, what have you done with the Blood Angels?
Honestly, I had a plan and then completely forgot about the plan when I started setting up.
Fair enough.
So these insects here are just going to try and just bunker down that objective in the dense terrain. They'll just try and survive as much as possible. I've got the Sanguinary Guards, the Captain, the Ancient, sort of in a central blob. Some are in the ruins, some are on the other side. Just so, depending who gets first turn, I can then jump to either centre two objectives relatively easily. And then I've got the final squad of Incestors on the backfield, the 3 Eradicators, and the Librarian Dreadnought, sort of ready to push out and probably get a couple of pot shots on the Venom or two.
Yeah, so we've both been a little bit cagey in terms of worrying about first turn charges as well on the small boards.
Yeah, thankfully being Blood Angels, it's all right.
Yeah, we're trying to remember the +1 to charge now.
Yes, +1 to charge and +1 to advance.
Yes, and so, guys, Harry's the first time using Blood Angels, so bear with us. And I just have no ability to remember anything, so yeah, I've used Drukhari, but doesn't mean I can remember all of it. So, who's going first? Should we roll off?
We should roll off.
Off you go, sir. I'll let you go first.
So,
reading the camera hands around.
2.
A 2.
That's not good.
Then I rolled a 3. So Drukhari are going first. Let's see if I can't pop that Dreadnought with those heat lances. Back in a bit, guys, with the end of my movement.
Okay then, so we're back with the end of Drukhari movement. I'm holding the camera because Toby will be going straight into the shooting in a second. He's got a lot of dice to roll. So Toby, what have you done?
So I basically pressure. The bikes have pushed up to get line of sight onto the Librarian Dreadnought. They are my only really anti-armor in the list, so I need to kill the Dreadnought before they die. They have got +1 ballistic skill and +1 toughness for their random drug roll, which is brilliant for me because I'm hitting on 2s. Obviously, spikes ignoring the heavy penalty for the heat lances. The Venom, with a squad of witches and a rather potent succubants, has pushed up in the middle, so Harry now has to choose whether he wants to kill that Venom. He hasn't really got enough models to wrap with something of that size, so I should be able to get out. Plus, I can go up the ruins.
And you've also, because you've got enough CP, you can always do much disembarkation.
If I needed to. Drazar and his Venom has pushed up onto objective number 1 on the side here.
We have also agreed that where Draz's bike is, Draz's Venom is, they won't be getting dense cover just because how far around you are.
Yeah, so I could draw from the wingtips and stuff. But before he moved, a squad of witches got out to hold the backfield objective in the corner here. Would also be screening if Harry decides to do Return to the Skies or anything like that. I don't know what strategy he's got. I can't remember. So just in case, they're there. Similar fashion, there's a Venom in the middle. Just in terms of sort of denying a bit of space on the board. And Lelith's Venom has pushed up. She didn't quite have enough range to go where I wanted her to, and I want the firepower from the Venom. So she's not quite as far up as she could be, but it's something else Harry has to consider because, yes, she's only damaged 1, but she throws out a bucket load of attacks. And just in case that she does happen to somehow get into combat this turn, she's got the fight again. If in the command phase I put fight again rather than advance and charge on her, because the advance and charge won't affect the Venom, it will just affect her. So there was no point. Otherwise, the Venom stayed at the back here, and another one has just moved to sort of, as I said, screening on this side of things. So that's my movement phase, guys. So we'll start off with some shooting. First up, I have 2 heat lances. Going into the Redemptor Dread? No, it's not.
No,
that's
actually,
a Librarian Dreadnought.
You can't.
Why?
Because they've got 3 models.
Is he a character?
He's a character Dreadnought.
Of course he is. That's really changed my plan. Damn. Well remembered, Harry. Because I'd completely forgotten that. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I now need to think. Hey guys, so I've actually got a little bit lucky, and due to a tiny misplacement on Harry's part, Harry himself has declared that one Eradicator has got his toe in the cover.
That Eradicator is in the cover, and that was
the way we tend to play it is a line across, guys.
Yeah.
So I have actually got some guns that can shoot the Eradicators. I need to kill 1.
So
this Venom at the back here.
That Venom there.
Oh, sorry.
And that Venom there.
This Venom here, he's got his Splinter Cannon in range. The Witches with their pistols and such are in range in the Venom in the front there. So we'll start off with those Witches. I have to remember that the Succubus doesn't have a pistol. So 5 Splinter shots into the Eradicators. And then it's going to be forced to wound you because poison.
Yep.
1 save, sir?
No rerolls at all.
Nope, only in combat.
Cool.
And they're in the venom anyway, so.
3, no AP.
No AP.
Okay.
Damn. The venom itself then, so I've got 4 rifle shots. Again, 2 force wounds, that fails. The splinter cannon.
Oh, this is a 2 damage one.
Yeah. And then this is force wound again. So 1 wound and -1 this time, huh?
That is a fail.
That's 2 damage.
Cool, so 1 eradicator is down to 2 wounds, and I will stick it on that.
They're 4 wounds
there.
apiece, are they?
They're 3 wounds apiece.
To do damage. So sorry.
He's one wound.
Sorry, I heard something the exact wrong thing of what you said.
That's
so
all right.
then we have this venom at the back, which is going to put its splinter cannon into them. Come on, venom, don't let me down. 2 wounds at -1.
Okay. So 1 pass,
There's a
1
2.
fails. I think I'm going to have to spend my last CP, my 1
Only
remaining
CP.
CP, to see if I can pass that.
Yeah, just force some more firepower.
That's a.
I don't know which one will you hit then, dude.
We'll have to pause the camera and we'll come back. Right, so we've come back. We had a double check and it was a pass. So Toby has now got to shoot with Draz's venom.
Yeah, so the splinter rifles are just in range, so we'll start off with those. So 2 shots, obviously nowhere near rapid fire range. And then it's going to be force to wound you. Does wound, so no minus.
To be fair, I think the poison's really helping you here, just the number of shots.
5.
Passes, okay.
Cannon. You don't get then -1 to hit, do you, through the
No.
ruins? Somehow.
No.
1 wound.
Yeah.
I will CP. I'll CP one of them. No.
Okay.
That was wasted. -1. Damn it!
Passes. Good man.
God dang it. Okay. Well, in that case, we'll just have to kill the eradicators then.
Oh, you'll nuke the eradicators.
Yeah, I've got no real choice in the matter, have I? So it's going to be, there is 4 splinter rifles.
Yeah.
None of them are in rapid fire range. So from the squad here, into them. Oh, these are hitting on 2s now, remember? Force to wound you. So 3 wounds, no minus.
This will be where I fail.
Yeah, I need you just wanted to kill 1. Nope.
No, they're liking the small stuff. It's 2 heat lances now.
Yep, heat lances.
Right, okay.
Dang. Yeah, fair enough.
Do you want to assault at all?
I've still got this venom here.
Okay.
So he's going to put his firepower into or Lilith venom, I should say.
Yep.
So obviously no rapid fire range, but he'll put all of his guns. I'm just assuming he can't. He couldn't see them, could he?
No, there's the box in the way.
So he'll shoot into the Vanguard.
Yep.
So 2 rifle shots. 1 hit. Force to wound, no wounds. The cannon. 2 hits. 1 wound on the cannon, -1. 2 damage.
So, in terms of cover-wise, I will stick it on
One of the ones behind the barricade.
that one there. So he's directly behind the boxes and barrels, so he's got a 2-up armour, even with the minus.
Yeah. It just balances to minus for that.
And he's good.
Fine regardless.
Perfect.
Dang and blast is, I think, the correct way of thinking of that. What's in that ruin? I'm just sorry, I'm just thinking about assaulting.
Okay.
I don't really want to go into there yet. Let me just measure.
What we'll do is we'll come back at the end of Drukhari.
No, I'm just going to attempt to charge
Okay.
venom into the Intercessor squad.
Can't Overwatch, I'm going to CP.
So it's a 12 to get in, guys. No.
No.
And then I will leave it there.
Okay then.
So that was my utterly useless first turn, but I am on a lot of primary points.
Yeah, I've now got to fight you off. Did you score any of your secondaries?
So I have got. We need to do some measuring for engage. I haven't got them alive. These guys did start the Tyro's data, I forgot to say, to both you, Harry, and the viewers. So Altario's data scan is going off in the corner. And we'll leave it at that.
Perfect. So we'll come back with Blood Angels, turn 1.
Okay, so that's Blood Angels movement phase complete. Go on, Harry, what have you done?
So, I have gained a CP at the start of my turn.
Yep.
And I was half tempted to put Wisdom on the Ancients on. I'm not going to though, just because I need to start building up my CP again.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
What will happen is I'll need a defensive CP in your next turn, and I won't have any. Simple as that. So the Eradicators have moved into the building, just so they're getting out the way of the Heat Lance and stuff like that. The Libby Dread has walked up and is close to the Venom, but can also do some psychic attacks and then charge the big blob of
Reavers.
That's the word, Reavers.
Yep.
The not tactical squad, the incest squad.
It's a tactical squad.
Yeah, have moved outside the ruin, so they're obscured from this area of the battlefield here, but can still see and shoot at those Reavers.
Yep. You're not liking the Reavers, are you?
It's the lots of Melter, and they are actually quite killy with their mortal wound flybys.
Yeah, they're not too bad in combat.
The incest squad here has just stayed where they are. They're quite happy.
Rapid fire, ready to do what they need to.
Exactly. The Vanguard, sort of the Golden Host, as I'm going to call it, have jumped. So the Axes and the Fists are probably going to have to go after Draz's squad. Yeah, Draz's Venom. And then this squad here, hopefully after the Eradicators pop the Venom, these guys here are going to jump over and make sure that I am controlling more than you to make sure I'm achieving my stranglehold.
Fair enough, dude.
Yeah.
So just so you know, guys, Draz is actually in that Venom. We're just trying to keep track of who's in what, because otherwise I'm quite well known for losing units. So there we go. Are you ready to go straight into a shooting phase, mate? Psychic phase.
Psychic phase. I think I probably am, to be fair.
What are you doing, dude?
So I am going to start off with. I'm going to go with Wings of Sanguinius.
Cool.
Start off with.
So it's obviously on himself.
Yeah. No, it does not.
Cool. And with the glorious 1 CP.
No,
I'm not going to spend it.
I'm not going to re-roll this because it is a nice move, but not major.
You don't need it for this, do you? So
I'm then going to go for Blood Boil.
Okay.
Now this, if it goes off, which it doesn't, I don't think, on the 6th, no.
That's unlucky, mate.
That's a useless psychic phase.
Useless Dreadnought. See, he survived for nothing.
Exactly.
So far.
Exactly.
Watch him now munch half my army.
Cool. We'll just go straight into shooting phase, I think.
You ready? Yeah, then go for it, mate.
Yeah. So we're going to start off the 3 Eradicators are going to put everything into a little Venom.
Yeah.
Do you want to...
No point. I've already got -1 inbuilt.
That's a fair point.
Yeah.
So hitting on 4s, no re-rolls in this case because I didn't put Wisdom on and the Captain's out of range. Only 1 hit.
That's a proper Harry roll, that is.
That is not good. And then does wound.
Yeah, with a 4 it will do. Regardless, so 5 inbound. Where has it gone?
That's a 1.
That's a 1.
Now I am within half. I'm definitely within half range.
Oh
here.
god, yeah.
So +2 to this result.
Ah, there we go. I did contemplate re-rolling the inbound before. Nah, you won't roll a 6. Well, actually, it was only a 4 you needed, so I probably should have re-rolled it, but there we go. So Venom is gone. Does he go boom? He does not.
Good.
There are 6 models inside. They can all get out easily, guys, so I'm just going to roll this first. No one dies. So let me get these witches out, guys. And there's a succubus in there too. And then, is that going? Do I need to get them out now?
Yes, because I'll probably start peppering
Okay,
in
guys.
some
So
shots.
give me 2 seconds to remove those models, or the Venom, and then deploy the other models. So the poor old Venom is no more. He's got, and then the witches that were inside have gotten out with the succubus tucked in nicely amongst there. Harry informs me he's about to melt a Reaver.
I'm going to try to melt the Reaver. The Librarian Dreadnought hasn't been too impressive so far.
That is true. Go for it, dude.
So hitting on a, I think it's a 3. Yep, hitting on 3. Does hit.
Oh, fair enough.
You minus it at all.
No, not from 1 shot.
And then your toughness 5, so
Yeah.
it's freeze to wound.
Yes.
Cool. -4.
So 6 up in one from power from pain. No. The 2 damage, mate. So you're in half range.
I'm 7 inches away
So
from it, so it'd be
You
D6.
could fail to kill one. No, you have
that?
melted a Reaver.
Cool.
So I will be taking off this one here. I'm not taking off a special weapon. So that is one Reaver destroyed.
Cool.
Do you know what we're doing next, sir?
Yes. So the Andrews bolt guns from this squad here are going to the Witches.
Cool.
Because I'm within range of the Warlord, I get +1 to hit, and they get reroll ones.
Yeah, I'm not bothering to spend lightning fast on that, so.
So choose rerolling ones.
Yep, sorry guys.
Watch this be atrocious.
Oh yeah, it is you.
Yep, they all hit. Are you
Toughness 3. Toughness 4, sorry, because the drugs token, no, it's on strength, isn't it? So yeah, I am toughness 3.
Cool, freeze to wound.
Yep.
Sure, and these are at -1 AP.
How many was that, sir?
6.
6, cool. So these, I believe, are on a 6-up either way. I will double check. So let me just flick the old book.
It's that 5, isn't it?
It's, yeah, that's the one. I'm just checking, guys. Apologies.
Is it better in Buncombe combat?
They are, yeah, very 6-up normally. So it's like I'm actually on the 6-up invuln from Power from Pain, and in combat I get better armor save. So that is 4 of them killed.
Cool.
So there's 1 left alive, which will be the Hecatrix. Are you shooting them for anything else before I put them off?
I will do, but because you'd be less than 3, I can now target the...
Yeah, you'll be able to target the succubus regardless. So it will be, for simplicity's sake.
Yeah, and I think I will just put this squad of 4 into the succubus as well.
Cool. So they're actually in the succubus, yep.
Yep, so hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s.
Yep.
Nope, missed 1.
And she is tougher, I believe. Yeah, so she's actually tough as 4.
Okay, well that has made a difference. It's only 2 wounds.
Because she's tougher and faster.
2 wounds at -1.
2 wounds at -1. Let's roll. I believe they have a 4-up invuln at all times, but I will double check because I can't remember. Yeah, 4 invuln at all times. So 1 goes through. She is down to 4 wounds remaining. Surprisingly tough for her.
She's not doing too bad.
So this is where it's going to get wholly confusing on my dice, Harry. I apologise for that.
That's absolutely fine.
So let's move these around. Sorry guys, I'm just moving around my drug tokens to actually match what they're on. Which is just the way I've deployed the units compared to tokens. Tons of drugs.
4, 6, 8, 10.
Unless you're Drukhari.
10 bolt shots. They are all within 15, aren't they?
I don't know. I presume so. You did move, didn't you? So
yeah, I moved them, so they would. It would match the bolt discipline. They are all in range, so they're just going to pop into them.
Yeah.
You are -1.
No, not. I haven't spent it.
Oh, no, you're not.
No.
That's fine. Those didn't hit though. And then 5s to wound.
Yeah, because of the drugs.
2 wounds.
Sweet, come back here, guys. They both go through.
Cool.
So that's 1 more dead.
1 more go splat.
Yep, well, we will take this one here.
And then we'll just do 10 bolt shots into them.
Well, just interrupting. If your captain's got a pistol or anything, you want to fire him before you forget? Because I always forget them.
He's got a bolt pistol, it's not worth it.
Yeah, you fire.
You can fire it.
Fire the venom, you might as well, mate.
I'll fire it twice his venom just for the sake of the
Yeah,
argument.
I always forget about them, so he misses.
Misses. And I'm not going to use my free reroll from Gift of Foresight because I'm.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm going to use that for the Relic Blade.
Yeah, fair enough, mate. That makes sense.
And then 10 shots into the bikes. Actually, no. We'll stick them all into the succubus, I think. Actually,
Okay.
because what I can use then, I can use the lone witch as a bit of a leapfrog to get around.
Yeah, fair enough.
And I prefer to go against 1 witch rather than a full succubus.
Yeah, why not?
So freeze because they are in dense terrain themselves. Still can't hit.
Freeze to wound again, dude.
That's 4 wounds.
4 wounds, 4 invulns. A little bit like she's got 2 wounds. She's now got 1 wound remaining.
Cool.
So yeah, she's still alive. That is the main thing for me.
Thankfully, that is the end of my shooting phase.
Cool. Do you know what you're doing charge-wise? Can we go straight into it, or do you need to think?
I need to have a little bit of a think.
Cool, guys. So let us be back with you with Harry's charge phase. So, big brain engaged.
Yes.
Charge load ready. So, Librarian Dreadnought, I've been reliably informed.
Yep, so we're going to start off with Librarian Dreadnought into the big spiky bikes.
I might actually spend the Overwatch here.
Well, yeah, you've got 2 heat.
2 heat lances, which are probably going to get mulched if he gets into combat. I've got the CP to do it, so I'm going to do that, guys.
Might as well.
So 2 heat lances.
1 hit.
1 hits. Oh, to wound is the presumer toughness 7.
I'm toughness 7.
It wounds. It's -4.
Don't get a save.
And then it's DC
You
damage.
get a 6 here.
2,
No.
so that's 4 damage. I will CP reroll that.
Yep.
Ah, dang. So it takes 3 wounds. No, 2 wounds because of. I presume he's got the Dreadnought
He's
rule.
got Duty Eternal, so yeah, 2 wounds.
So that we go. Well,
So he's down to 5 wounds remaining.
yeah, and then I have 4 more splinter shots, which are 6s and 6s. So 1 6 hit to hit. Doesn't wound.
Cool.
Well,
It did hit.
yeah, I've forgotten about Duty Eternal, so I had no chance of actually killing him realistically, but there we go. So is he in with 7? I think he is.
Well,
Or
he's in on the
'cause
8 because of being Blood Angels.
We remembered.
And I'll just literally I'm going to pop him in that way, I think.
Yep, making room for a banner
Yeah.
to come whipping round on the Consolidate.
Then going to start off. Then going to go with the Sanguine Ancient,
Yep.
who is just charging the
Lone
Witch.
Witch. Yep.
The idea being, but with the Witch, if he gets in, his 6-inch obsec aura will be, well, his 6-inch obsec aura from his war trait will mean that the Sanguine Guard get it.
Yep. 5. Ooh,
6.
Oh, 6, because I think you might.
No, but he's got Icon of the Angel. So
That'd be
reroll
roll.
charges.
Okay.
That's
6 again. 7 again.
7.
I can't. My brain is not working. Today, guys.
7 will get him in 1/2 inch.
Cool. It's been a long week, guys. Apologies if my brain is not working.
I probably should have not. I shouldn't have charged that first because down there not going to get rerolls.
They're really close, Harry.
Yeah, I know,
you should
but
be okay, mate.
you'd be surprised. This squad here is then just going to charge the Succubus.
Yep.
They're in.
They're in, definitely in.
And actually, I can.
You can whip round. Do you want me to move those tokens out?
Oh yes, please.
And then I'll move her wound dice as well. Sorry, guys, that was a terrible camera work. One day we'll get better, right?
And then.
This corner there.
Yeah. So ideally, if I'm able to kill her, I can then push on. Well, have
Depending
to
on the
kill
order of
that
affairs,
one.
yeah.
I have to kill that one first, then kill her, then they can consolidate into there.
Yeah.
We'll then go for the second squad of Sanguinary Guard into Draz's
Yeah. I'm just going to put Draz slightly off the table just in case you want to come wrapping around.
into Draz's Pimp Reveal.
Yep. Ooh, over here. 4. 5. So you should, yeah. You can't probably wrap round, but with pylons and whatnot, you've got
Annoyingly, I can't get engage.
you might be able to with wrap rounds and whatnot.
No, because
Consolidate.
it'd have to be the whole squad, and there's.
Oh,
just
of course,
not really-
yeah, fair enough.
And then Captain will go in for the joy as well. So Captain, he's in. Good.
Watch that spear. That's
Yeah.
already broken once today, guys. Much to Harry's dismay.
Yeah. I'll have to pin that with a bit of metal rod or something.
Right, where are you attacking first? Because I am Cult of Strife, which therefore means this will be alternating, because I strike first as well as your charging units. So you've got to
Succubus
plan
has got
this.
damage too, hasn't she?
Yes, 2s, mortal wounds.
Annoyingly, I've got to go with the Sanguinary Ancient first.
To make your plan work.
Yes, which is not really how I wanted it to, but it needs to go that way, because otherwise the Sanguinary Guard would have to consolidate away from the objective.
Yeah, but you really need them to go the other way.
Yeah, that's the issue.
Yep.
Though I guess he probably would be fine mulching them. It's to get the obsec if he doesn't mulch them.
Yeah, that's fair enough, dude.
So Sanguinary, where's the Ancient gone?
Just book checking. This is our admin space, guys. It's a little bit messy, but
Sanguinary Ancient.
we'll give you a
he's
better
got
view.
3 attacks, +1 for shock assault.
Yep. The 4 attacks.
Yep, and that is it. So he's hitting
Because
on.
you're not in assault doctrine or anything for.
No. So he's hitting on freeze, correct?
I presume so, yes.
Most ones to hit. Warlord. Yeah, he's not within 6 of the Warlord, so yeah. Hitting on 4 attacks, hitting on freeze with no rerolls. Cool.
2 hits.
I'm strength. He's got an common, so strength 5, 2 to wounds.
2s, yeah.
2 wounds.
And this is the normal, guess the normal witch, isn't it? Which I've got the wrong page up on my book, which is inconvenient.
4 pin bun, I think.
I'm just checking, because otherwise one of you will tell us we're wrong. It is a 4 pin bun in combat. She's dead.
Yep, that's fine.
I'm not spending a CP to save a single witch, guys.
That's right.
So then...
Consolidate in.
Yep.
Yeah.
So now is my activation because of the fighting because I technically fight first as well as the charging units.
Fighting.
So it will be the succubus, and she will be going into the sanguinary guard.
Don't blame you.
So she has 6 attacks base. For that, then the triptych whip gives additional 2, I want to say. So again, guys, bear with me 2 seconds. I'm pretty certain it's +2, but I will flick through for the sake of flicking. It's not too far in the codex. Additional 3 attacks, Harry.
Very nice.
She's actually got 9 attacks. So she's hitting on 2s at this point because of inherence. So she's hitting on 2s.
Those 6s do anything extra.
Again, at this point, having just looked at the rules, guys, they have completely disappeared out of my mind. Like I said, it has been a very long week. So I'm sure Harry will do a little dance or something to entertain you while I flick back to the rules. If it takes much longer, I am just going to pause the video. There we go. I need to pause the video, guys. I'm misremembering my rules. 2 seconds. Right, guys, I've got my brain maybe in order. So those 2 6s equal 4 mortal wounds.
Okay.
And then this attack sequence ends.
Yep.
I believe for those.
So that'll be...
Yeah, sequence ends. That one doesn't hit. And then...
I've got Ansati's banner next door to them.
Okay.
So...
is this to ignore the wounds, or is this to fight?
Just double check. So when 6 is I want to leadership characteristic, that's fine. Each time it's model destroyed, roll on 1d6, roll a 4+. Do not remove a destroyed model from play. Can either shoot with one of its range weapons or make one attack with one of its melee weapons if it's a fight phase.
So this will be at the end of the fight. Yeah. So my sequence.
There are 2 there.
Yep. So keep track of that. So these dice here are then the wound rolls. So I'm wounding you on 2s because it's enhanced poison.
Yep.
I didn't roll a single 6, which means that blade doesn't come in place. But that is the grand total of 6 wounds at -3 and 2 damage a pop.
Okay, so that squad's probably dead at this point.
Hopefully.
So that's going to be 2, 4, 6. So -3, so that's going to be 5 up saves.
Yep.
Oh, they are -1 to hit as well. Forget it. It's gone too far because they're. I'm just looking. It's the
too many rules.
Angelic visage. We'll remember it for. Oh, that's not going to matter.
Here, it makes a difference. But here we are. So this is -3, so 5s. Oddly enough.
Not enough.
Not enough because they are. Yeah, there was only 4 in the unit, aren't they?
Yes, and is it worth keeping one alive?
For your 1 CP.
Yeah, for my only CP, I don't think it is, honestly, because I can always do my. Well, I get to do my 4-ups attacked back. So 2 get to hit back.
Yep.
So these will. I'm just going to go with the sword because it generally doesn't matter.
Okay.
Because the fist is -1 to hit. You just don't need that.
Both hit, I presume, because you're.
No.
You know.
Because
these aren't ancients, don't you?
As a Skeleton is +1 to hit if you're next to your Warlord. He is my captain's
They only
Warlord.
be weapon skill 2.
They're weapon skill 3.
Sorry, they were weapon skill 3. Good grief.
But because they got as a Skeleton, they get +1 to hit.
Right. Okay.
That's a thing.
Okay. So I will probably spend a CP from the Book of Rust at this point.
Yeah.
Which basically now the succubus has killed something in combat. I will double check this, guys, to come back to you with how many CP it is. But I can basically give the reroll 1s to wound to witch cult units active anywhere on the board for the rest of the battle, regardless if she lives or dies.
Fair enough.
So I will double check that just to make sure I've got that correct. But it's now your activation because it's still your combat.
Yes. Yes. We'll go with the dread, I think, because that doesn't really matter. That's a bit of an issue, that succubus.
They're potent, and for 60 odd points they are. They are
Very good.
horrendously undercosted, I think, is the general consensus.
Cool. So they're 2 wounds of pop, aren't they?
The Reavers, yes, they are.
Cool. So we're gonna. It doesn't really matter which way. We'll start with the halberd.
The Hellwood, cool.
So
Sorry, while Harry's doing that, I'm also looking at rules.
So I've got plus. So hitting on freeze, no rerolls.
Yeah, it is 1 CP for the Bride of Death ability, so I'm now 2 CP.
Cool. So hits with the halberd.
Yep.
And then it's +2 strength, so on strength 8. So freeze to wound.
Yeah. 2's to win, is it? Because of your death.
Oh yeah, blood angels. So 2's to wound.
See your wound.
Cool. That's -3 AP.
So it would be 6 up inbound from. No,
And then
damage.
D3 +3.
Okay, so 1 dead.
One's just gone.
One's just gone. Cool. So we'll keep the Hecatrix alive, or the Arena Champion, I should say, alive.
Then 5 attacks. So the 4 attacks base, then the 1 for the shock assault. 2s. Okay. That is all at -3.
Cool.
Yeah, dead.
They're gone. So
Good.
that is the Reavers dead, guys. That's fine.
Cool. And annoyingly, I can't consolidate closer to, can't consolidate into another table quarter because the succubus is still there.
Yeah, annoyingly, I should have remembered to do various other bits and bobs as well, because I should have heroically intervened with the succubus when you came in, so I could now use the CP to fight twice with her to now kill the ancient.
Yeah.
Oh well, I'm not that fussed in the grand scheme of things.
No, and actually, it means that this turn 1 for Blood Angels hasn't been a complete rollover either.
No, that is true. So it's now my activation, I believe.
Yep, so you get to attack with Venom.
So they attack with the Venom. So Venoms aren't the worst thing in combat for a vehicle. Sorry guys, travel work isn't very good today. So they have 3 attacks base, and they have chain snares, which will give them an additional 3 attacks. So we've got 6 attacks, that Venom over there.
Yep.
I'm actually going to go into your captain.
I've got a 2 up armor because of Storm Shield.
A -1 damage.
Yep.
So you've got 2 armor on, you've got 2 up armor on the Sanguine Guard anyway.
Yeah.
So if I can trickle a wound through, I'm unlikely to kill Sanguine Guard, but
Yeah.
I'm also unlikely to kill the captain, admittedly, but we'll...
You can clink a couple of wounds off.
yeah, that's the thinking. So at this point, I'm hitting on 4s because of Power from Pain hasn't kicked in at this point yet. Come here, dice. Oh, there's 3 of them at least, that's what I need. And then it'll be... This is at strength 6, so 3's to wound.
Freeze to wound.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So yeah, 1 wound at -1.
It does fail.
Take a wound.
Cool.
It's only 1 wound.
Down to 4.
So he's down to 4, and then it is your attacks, dude.
For the sake of the argument, I will go with the captain. So regular Spaceman Captain has 4 attacks base, +1 for shock assault, and then +1 for Imperium sword.
Yep.
So
I'm not spending lightning fast with this guy. There's no point. It will die regardless, probably.
hitting on 2s, and I get a free reroll
Yep.
in this for Gift of Foresight, which I shall do.
See, wouldn't have made any difference if I'd have spent the CP.
And
With Harry's
then
all free roll.
I am strength 7 with the Relic Blade, strength 8 because Imperium sword, so wound and
2s.
freeze 2s
Yeah.
to wound because of Blood Angels.
You're playing Drukhari, mate. You're basically going to bring everything on
And then
2s.
reroll. Cool. So that is.
Is that a one-off reroll, or is that every turn?
It's I get to reroll a hit, a wound, and saving throw every turn.
Every turn. Oh, nice. Cool.
So that's 5 at -3.
5 -3. So let's have a look then, guys. Venom is. I'm presuming it's more than 1 damage.
2 damage.
2 damage. Venom is dead.
Cool. Does he blow?
Does he blow? He
Nope.
does not.
Just about.
And the worst thing now. Jazz is dead.
Jazz is dead.
Well, that's 140 points wasted. Shouldn't have got them out. There was a reason. Bugger. Well, that's
Okay.
that.
I mean, I would prefer the Sanguine Guard to have lived, but having Draz killed does help.
That's just, yeah. Okay, guys, is that the rest of the combat, Harry? Because with Draz gone and Venom dead?
Yes, it will be. All I'll do now is I'll just consolidate those guys because I can pile and consolidate towards closest. No, I can just consolidate towards them.
Yep.
Hopefully get them over the line. I don't think I will be able to.
But we'll show you what's happened with that, guys, at the end of Drukhari movement phase turn 2.
Yes.
Back in a bit. Okay, guys, so end of Drukhari movement phase, turn 2. Harry's got a score update for you because for once we have remembered to tell you.
So, without including the primary points that Toby's just collected now, you were on 3 points, and I had a blinder at first turn. I scored 9 points, but with your primary, you are on 8.
Yep, so not the best scoring for Drukhari, but at the end of my movement phase, or command phase, I put Lelith in the fight twice mode, because why wouldn't you? So in my movement, what have I done? So the Succubus has fallen back from the Sanguinius Ancient, and has used Cruel Deception to be able to charge even though she's fallen back. So that's where she's gone. The Venom has moved up here to hold basically a backup for engaging all fronts. That's what he's there for.
And he's out of 3 inches of both Sanguinius Ancient and the Living Dreadnought.
The intention there is he's not in heroic intervention range.
Yeah.
In this corner, we have another squad of witches have gotten out and deploying scramblers, retrieving Octaria's data, as it's now called. And the Venom has come back just to pick them up, ready to move them next turn if needed, and has got some firing lanes down to the Ancient. Over here, the Venom from the middle has moved over to the side here to back up these girls. Again, might need to pick them up and get them out of dodge, given the rampage that's coming from the Golden Boys. And Lelith is going off this way, and she's going interceptor hunting. Is effectively where she's off to, because they are sat on an objective, and I need to get Harry off some objectives. Much the same way that Succubus is also going interceptor hunting. So
just makes sense.
It just try and get rid of some troops from Harry's army. And that is my movement, guys. So what we'll do is I will pass the camera over to Harry, and we'll get ready for some shooting, and then we'll come back to you with that.
All right, then you're back with Harry Cam. We're going to start off with Venoms.
Many poisons. So this Venom in dodge is going to be trying to poison the Sanguinius Ancient.
Yep.
So we'll start off with the cannon. All hits. We're wounding your force. 1 wound, -1.
Cool. Loves that.
Fine. The rifles. 3 hits. 2 wounds, no minus this time. It's fine.
All good.
Next Venom. 2 rifle shots.
To be fair, it's the 2-up armor that makes them tricky.
Yeah, it's just, 2 rifle shots, both hits. 4 ups. 1 wound. That is a 2.
That is a 2, and that's a -1, is it?
No, that was a rifle.
Okay.
This is the -1 ones. All hit. No wounds. That's that Venom. So that's those 2 Venoms firing at him. Done nothing. This Venom is going to be shooting at the Golden Boys.
Yep.
So the cannon. All hits. 1 wound, -1. 2 damage.
Does fail.
Does kill Ancient.
So one goes.
Not Ancient, Guard.
1 guard goes splat.
And then the rifles. I am in 12 inches, so I moved there purposely, because I realised I can't outrun you. So that is those 3. 4 is to wound you. 1 wound, no minus.
All good. So
that's all my guns, because both Succubi.
we'll get rid of this one here.
You don't like that one, do you?
No, because it also means that I'm now comfortable with engaging all fronts for next turn.
Fair point. So yeah, Succubuses, both Lelith and actual Succubus. They have no guns, and no grenades, so they're not doing anything. These guys have got a 12-inch. The Witch Squad in the far corner by me haven't got any targets in 12 inches. Neither do the ones in this corner, so that's my shooting done, guys. Okay. So we will be now doing some charges. So I can go straight into it if you're ready, Harry.
Yep.
So the Succubus is going into the Intercessor Squad, and I'm going to spend 1 CP from Book of Rust for Flawless Approach, which means you cannot set to defend nor Overwatch.
Fair enough.
So I'm assuming you would Overwatch given the number of shots and 1 wound remaining.
Yeah, there was definitely a probability.
So 8+1 for Cult of Strife, so
She's
she is
in.
most definitely in, and she's going to go onto the far side of them, around the corner a bit. Then we have Lelith, who's also going into the squad over there.
I'm not going to spend a CP to Overwatch just because she's got too many wounds.
Cool. So she's going to go 10 inches. So
she's in.
She's in. Oh, this is a long table and I have a large belly. In we go. And how many wounds has the Ancient got, Harry? Can you remember?
Ancient has got many wounds. If
I won't charge him
2 secs. Ancient is... Sorry about the camera work, everyone. has got 4 wounds.
And he's got a 2 damage sword, hasn't he?
2 damage sword and a 2
not
palm
charging
save.
him. That's a bit silly. So let's start off with the triptych whip. Succubus,
Yep.
that's what I was looking for. With her base 6 attacks, did we decide last time? 6 attacks plus 3 for the whip. Because I ain't going to be using the Alpha Glaive. So, hitting you on 2s. So that is 2 dead, because
2 more wounds a
4
pop.
mortal wounds. The 1 has failed. And then the rest of them wounding you on 2s. So that is 1 at -4, so that is 1 dead.
Yeah.
And then 4 at -3.
4 6-up saves coming right up. No, not at
They're
all.
2 damage a pop, so.
Cool, so that is the squad fully wiped.
Yay!
Okay, that's the thing. I'll take off those in a sec. Do you want to move straight on to Lelith?
We can go straight to Lelith. So she has got 7 attacks base. So she is hitting on 2s. What I want here is lots of 6s, because 6s give me an additional hit, for her knives. And then a Warlord trait gives an additional 2 hits. So each 6 gives you extra 3 hits.
So lots of Tesla.
Yeah, it's Tesla knives. And of course I roll 1 6. Only 1, but I rolled 1, so it actually ends up being 1 extra in total. So she is hitting you on, wounding you, strength +1, so she's strength 4. So yeah, so just 4 to wound you. So this is, so those 6s are at -4.
Okay.
So that's 1 dead.
How many damage? Just 1 a pop?
Just 1 a pop.
Yep.
And then you've got 3 more at -3.
Okay, so
Fair enough.
one dies and 1's on 1 wound.
Exactly.
Cool.
So what we don't know, guys, and we're going to ask your thoughts on this, is so Lelith was in a transport in the command phase. So could she have activated Glory Spectacle, which means that at the end of the fight phase she can fight again? We don't know. We've come to the agreement off camera. We're going to play that she can, because there's a bit of a spectacle. Glory Spectacle. Hey, there we go. But let us know if we're wrong. Basically, we're not entirely sure. So
the question comes down to actually, was she on the battlefield at the start of the command phase to actually do her?
So yeah, we're not entirely sure, because it's one of those ones that just says in your command phase select one of these. It's not choose one. It's just select. So it's the wording. Let us know, guys. We're not entirely sure. We're probably doing it wrong. We usually do. So there we go. Harry, you have got just those intercessors to fight with?
So they're going to be 3, 6, 9,
Obviously, you were
12,
charged.
13, 14 attacks from that squad.
Woo!
So there is how I'm doing that is there's going to be 3 attacks per guy. So 3, 6, 9.
With her Quicksilver dodge, you're at -1 to hit.
What we'll have to do is I'll have to do 9 attacks first, because they are just standard starties. So we'll start with those. So hitting on 4s, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
And then wounding on 3s. 2s.
2s because of...
That is 3 wounds.
Yep, so she's got a 4 pin then. Which I probably failed 2 of, so she is down to 3 wounds.
Cool. And then there's 5 attacks from the silent with a chainsword.
Oh, that's better.
That's not good. Cool. Now, finish me off.
Yeah. So, 7 attacks again. So, she's hitting on 2s. Like we split the halves again, we end up with 1 extra. So we are wounding on 4s. Annoyingly, she's not core, so she doesn't get reroll. So it's 3 of them. These are all at -3. There's no instant deaths here.
-3, so it'd be 6, so that's another 2 dead.
That's 2 dead.
Fantastic. So I'll take those off, and we shall come back with Blood Angels turn 2.
We do need morale there for those.
Yes, we will do in a sec.
Okay.
So we'll do it off camera just to make it easier.
Right then, guys. So Harry has been doing some plotting and scheming, remembering the rules of 9th in terms of advancing and shooting at -1s. So walk us through the plan such that you want to divulge at the moment, Harry.
So
Where are we starting?
Plan B, we'll start with your Eradicators. Their original plan was to shoot at the Venom anyway, so they're going to be at -1 for shooting because it's
Venom.
jinky. They just jinx around all over the place. So they've advanced onto that objective, so they are now securing that objective. They're over an inch away, so they're not within engagement range, and they'll just go into him.
Yep.
The Libby Dread has gone up the corridor to get there, and I'll use it's 8 inches but 7 with Blood Angels, so we'll try and just leapfrog onto that objective, I think.
Try and jump onto the Venom and potentially wings just like Sanguinius to get even closer, depending on what your brain's doing.
Potentially. Or if I can actually get the dice to roll.
Well, there's that too.
The Sanguinian Ancient has decided to chase the Succubus. He has got the bolter, so his bolter, so he doesn't have to get into combat first. But if I do get in combat, he is striking first.
Yeah, that's
I can't
valid argument.
survive another round attack. Then this squad here, the captain decides to stay where he is. With his Storm Shield, he's got a Terp save.
And he just meandered slightly forward to get into quarters.
Engage.
Yeah.
And then the Sanguinary Guard here have gone after Lelith.
Just a quick note, Harry, you didn't take engage. You took Grind Them Down, Assassinate, and Stranglehold.
That's a fair point.
I took engage, but...
Yes, we're getting confused with the other ones. Still, he's holding his Stranglehold point. That's the main thing.
Because his bodyguard had gone off to go and kill Lilith, basically.
Yeah.
Is the plan there. So that's the movement phase, I believe.
Yeah, I'm getting confused with my secondaries. Other than that, we're all good.
Psychic blasting time?
We'll give it a go. So we'll start off with wings, I think.
Cool. That time, it went off.
Does go off. So I get a free regular move. So that'll be a 6-inch normal move.
Do you not get faster move because of the wings? Or do they literally just make you fly?
Hang on a sec, I should have given him an extra 6-inch move anyway from when I moved him in movement phase because he's still got wings.
You didn't get off last turn?
No, I didn't. That's a fair point.
We said this twice now.
No. Yes. It's been a long week for me as well. So he just gets to do a normal move, and then from next movement phase he has a 12-inch move.
Yeah.
So he'll just
plod forward. Which now he's all but guaranteed that charge with the +1 from the Angels.
Yeah. And he will also do a Smite, I think.
Yeah, fair enough.
So does go off.
Cool. How many?
D3. Free.
Must be the Venom.
It's the Venom.
I will look for a wound dice. 3 wound. Oh, I'll show you what you're
Which
doing.
actually means that with his Meltagun, he's very likely to.
Yeah, which then you can go in and just curb stomp the witches.
Yeah.
I hate playing against Dreadnoughts. I love Dreadnoughts, but not when
they're great.
When they're not mine, I don't like them.
That's all that. I think we'll go into shooting.
Can you go? Do you want a break or thinking, or should we
we'll roll straight in. What's the worst that can happen?
What are we doing first?
We'll start with your Eradicators.
Right, makes sense.
They know what
Total annihilation.
Into the Venom.
Hitting me on 4s.
That's better.
Wounding on 3s.
So that's 2 wounds.
Indone.
Yeah.
So how was a minus? Well, that's gone through.
So +4 to this result.
Yep. So you can't not kill him.
That's a lot of damage.
That's a huge amount of damage. Does he explode? Please explode. Doesn't explode.
Do you not explode in 5s?
No, 6s. I'm not Death Guard. So that is that Venom dead.
Cool.
Eradicators doing what Eradicators do.
Yeah. The backup option was that if that Venom's still alive, I could have just popped the Meltagun from that one into that.
So you're going to pop this Venom?
We'll come back to Librarian Dreadnought. We'll start off with the Sanguinary Ancient.
I've forgotten him already.
So 2 shots, hitting on 3s. Good man.
3s again?
Yep. 1 wound.
Ooh. No, I will spend my CP to try and keep her alive. Nope, she is dead.
Good.
That's not good. That gives away assassinate
clear
points.
That one up in a sec.
Pistols from the
we've got 2 pistols from into Lilith. So 6s. No,
it's just normal shots, but
both miss.
Regardless.
Captain will fling a rude gesture at the Drukhari.
Yep.
And the Libby Dreadnought will
pop a Venom.
Yeah, we'll just try and pop a Venom. Hits. Does wound.
5 up. Hey,
okay.
Does he have a Stormbolter as well, but into the carapace?
No, because you replace the Stormbolter with the Meltagun.
I think they used to have them actually like in the chest of the
No, because
that's a sensor, isn't it?
No, with those ones there, that's for the old Mark IV Dreadnoughts, which never had any weapons in the fists. They only had the weapons in the nipples.
I'm remembering various models. Not the right ones, apparently. So that is your shooting phase. Do you know what they're doing charge phase-wise? Because we can do that and then remove all the models at once and keep this reasonably quick.
I was going to say he's going to charge the dead body, but don't need to. Sanguinary Guard into Lelith.
They can't fail this, guys, but...
With a 10 because of Blood Angels, they're fine.
They can go wherever they want.
And Dreadnought will go bash a Venom. Or not.
I think you might actually do that, dude. 3 inches, dude. You're in half an inch there.
Okay, that's fine then. So even with Snake Eyes, the +1 did save me.
Yeah. Womp.
Good. Cool. We'll come back with attacks and all that sort of stuff.
Clear the table and find some dice. Back in a second, guys. Okay, so let's see if the angelic host can bring down the arena champion of Commorragh. So, Golden Boys first. What are you swinging? Is it axes or fists?
Yeah, so we'll start off with the axes. They're all going to be -1 to hit against her. So, starting off.
Once I'm going to lean back over here.
They've got 3 attacks base, +1 for shock assault, so 8 attacks in total. Hitting on 3s.
4s.
4s.
Because for some reason they're not weapon skill 2.
Yeah, but +1s for being.
I know, but they should be inherently.
Those all wounds.
Yep, so that's 4.
Uncommon axe is -2.
So 4 have been done. She did.
Good.
Well, she did. Naffle. My special characters have done nothing this game, and I think it's probably lost me the game.
To be fair, the Succubus did do a lot. The Succubus
She's not a special character.
No,
Jazara exploded in a venom, which is probably my fault for leaving him alone in the venom. And then Lelith has just been mulched. So I will strike you with the venom here because I can.
You cut the strife. Makes sense.
So hitting you on 4s, wounding you on strength 6, so wounding on 5s. None.
Cool.
Then you can pop the venom.
Cool. We'll do the fist first.
Yeah.
5 attacks, hitting on 3s because you're not minuses at all.
2s.
Yeah, it's 2s because of Blood Angels.
How many is that?
That's.
I'm just going to roll this many.
5.
Oh, no fairness, I did make some, but 3 have gone through, so yeah, he's dead.
Yeah.
Does he explode? No. So that is Venom dead. That is Lelith dead. Guys, let's check the score, see if I've got any chance of winning this, because this might be a Drukhari concession. Back with you once you've worked that out. We may well be in front of the flag. Well, it turns out the Drukhari are beatable. I got spanked.
Yeah. Now, it probably wasn't fair in my case because you were able to bring your list that you wanted.
If I'm stupid enough to forget the models, it's not your problem.
True.
So final scores was well, if you include the 10 points with painted, Blood Angels 37, and Drukhari 26.
And it was only going to get larger.
Yeah, and even if I pulled a perfect turn, I could have only got to 1 point behind you, and then you'd have just steamrolled the rest of the table at that point. So we're not going to lie, there's rugby on that we want to watch that kicks off in about 45 minutes. And I don't particularly fancy getting curb stomped for another 10, 20 minutes. It's a pointless game at that point. So
I think at some point we should do a rematch of this.
The actual lists.
Yeah.
We'll give it a few weeks just so you guys don't see the same armies exactly the same weekend after. But just going down and exploding venom.
Yeah, that didn't help.
140 points of killing machine that just died because of venom fizzled.
And you were saying to me off camera, you lack that ranged output as well.
Yeah, it's 1,000 points is a really different kettle of fish to what you see in the normal meta. Because 2,000 points of Drukhari, you can go, actually, I'm going to bring a Cabal patrol, and I'm going to bring just a couple of, potentially even a unit of Trueborn, with all the various fun guns they get, and then a couple of Ravagers just to back them up. At 1,000 points, you don't really have the points to do that and then have the combat element of the witches. Oddly enough, the game that we played a few weeks ago, where I just brought one of all the special stuff, is probably a much better list than what I got, because you've got that balance at 1,000 points.
I think the only thing I changed, I'd probably change out the Homunculus and Racks for just some...
Yeah, they don't really make their... I think, again, they're fine at 2,000 points.
Yeah.
And you probably only take a unit of sort of 5 of the racks, just so you can sit in the back of a really survivable home objective holder. Get my tongue to work. These masks are going soon. Sort of ish, maybe, depending on how you interpret the government's guidelines here. That's a different story. Yeah, short game. I love the Blood Angels army. I think the paint job you've done is stunning, so I didn't mind losing to them.
But yeah,
but perhaps a slightly longer game would have been nicer for our viewers.
Yeah, it was difficult. But at the same time, what it does mean is we've done a Golden Host. I think next time they come out, I think we should crack out Death Company.
Oh, I thought you were going to say we're scouts.
I've got some scouts.
Tom has, but
Tom's got...
you spent a long time painting scouts, Harry. And they're not a very nice kit, are they?
No, they're not.
But then GW changed everything with scouts.
Yeah.
So that's that, guys. Like we said in our previous game, let us know what you want to see on the channel. We've got a reasonable selection of armies that are ours, the guys you see regularly. But we've got friends and colleagues that we can pull in with different armies. We can get once the restrictions ease, we can get the likes of Jay from Mohawk Miniatures in with his knights and his custodes and everything else he's been painting. We've got other players we can bring things in with. So let us know what you want to see, and we'll try and make it work. We can't guarantee anything, but we can try. And we're trying to work out what we can do something special for our 1K.
Yeah, as things open up again, we can kind of do a bit more to it.
Yeah, and also let us know, we'll try and organise a special game when we hit 1K, so let us know what you want to see. Would you want to see an Apocalypse game? Would you want to see... I don't know. Let us know what you want to see. It's, we've definitely got enough points for us to do an Apocalypse game.
Yes.
All my Salamanders versus all your Guard?
Well, my Guard's not painted.
Oh, true. Useless. We'll figure something out, guys. But thank you for watching. We know it's a short one. We're not going to apologise. That's just the way the life goes. We don't tailor and don't sort of balance things before we go in. So we just bring what we think would be a fun thing to see. That's what happens. So like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. If not, we'll see you next week for the next report. See you soon, guys.
Take care.